Hi everyone, I am Christine Josty of Mail Something Pretty, and I wanted to show you this kind of fun trick-or-treat card. And so this is my own design, and so sometimes I copy other people's, but this one I came up with myself and I'm pretty pleased with it. Kind of have a reference to candy corn in the back, and I just love these silhouettes. That's actually why I got this set, because I just love the, I don't know if you see the glare on there or not, the cute little silhouettes of all the creatures, or I shouldn't say creatures, but all the trick-or-treaters. And they do come with, or you can get some dies with it. So actually I'll take some of these out and I'll show you as we go along which pieces I used. All right, so first I use a Stamparatus. You don't have to. You can just stamp them individually, or even put all of these on one block and then stamp them that way. But I just want to show you this nice, it's not really a trick, but a handy thing that the Stamparatus can do to get such a nice dark image of those silhouettes. So I'm going to start with, I have a piece of smoky slate. It is, let's see, 4 inches wide by 5 1/4 long. And so I mark my, this one I happen to have paper. Sometimes I don't use paper, and I have washi tape on there just so I always kind of put my paper in the same spot each time. And that way if I'm making multiples, I know where to put it. Those are strong magnets. All right, so I've already put on my critters so I know where that they're gonna line up. And I also like, when I use the Stamparatus, I like to put a stamp set underneath this plate. You know, this plate comes off, but I like to put a stamp set. It's just the right thickness of having this nice and level, and I just think it's easier when you apply ink. You don't have to, but I think it's helpful. I'm using the Stays On black. I think it is a darker black than the Memento. And for this particular card, I want it to be nice and black. So I was actually showing someone this card the other day, and she goes, oh, you kind of squish or, you know, kind of twist your ink. And for some reason, I do that with the Stays On and the Memento. I just kind of give a little twist on there to make sure it's nice and wet and dark. I'm going to press on there. And that looks good, but we can make it better. Hopefully you can see the difference, that this one was stamped twice and this was just stamped once. So I really like how you get the really dark image. So because I have the magnets down there and because it's right there, it's exactly where it needs to be to just stamp again, and it's gonna stamp in the exact same place. So if you find that you don't get a dark image one time, this is one way to kind of fix that. You just kind of stamp twice. And so that, I'm just looking at his little, you can even do it 3 times. This little piece of ink that did not, just want to get that nice and dark. Here we go, that covered it all up. Okay, nice and dark. So I'm gonna take these off. That aside, and I'll show you too in the catalog. This is where the stamp set is. This is the 2022 holiday catalog. So you can get the stamp set by itself, or you can get the dies with it as a bundle, and it's just kind of fun. They use some of the ones just as a background. It's just a fun trick-or-treat set. All right, so let's get to making our card. So I have all my pieces here. Using a basic black card base, just a standard size, 8.5 by 5.5 scored, and that is going to go right on top. This was actually a club project that we did this week, and they liked it, which is nice. All right, so that's why all my pieces are kind of cut out. So my next thing I'm going to do is I already cut out, what is size this is, I'll tell you. It is, I think it's 3 by 3. So I cut out a piece of 3 by 3 black basic block paper, and then I used this die that came with the set, and then I just cut it out. But then, I don't know if you can see this texture on it, it was because it was kind of flat, so I thought it needed something else. So then I ran it through with my woodland, I think that's what it's called, the woodland embossing folder. And so that's why it kind of gives this nice woody, deep forest kind of look with just a little bit of texture. And I have a piece of vellum that is the same size, 3 by 3. So I'm going to glue this right on top of that. Hopefully I don't use too much glue. I'm not going to worry about the branches, just kind of the edges. If it doesn't line up quite right, you can turn it upside down to kind of see, or you could just trim off, because I can see a little bit of that vellum. Just trim off. There we go. All right. So the cool thing is this one, you could have your, oh, a little bit more. Sometimes I'm a perfectionist, sometimes I'm not. Okay. So you can have your branches going upwards, or you can have them going downwards. So let's see, I'll do it opposite. So I have this one going down. So I will do this one go this way so you can see both examples. I have already cut, it's funny, during club, I kept calling this a castle, which it could be a haunted castle, or instead of a haunted house. But I was thinking you could actually totally make it into a castle. You could cut it out with a kind of shiny paper. You could always cut off these trees, and you have a princess. Where is she? Right here. So I'll have to play with that. And so you can kind of turn this Halloween set into something more, but it can be a castle. So I'm just going to, this is going to kind of, I probably should have, I'm going to kind of glue that. If I can tuck it under, I will. If I can't, I'm going to get it pretty close. Let's see. Should have thought of this before I glued it down, huh? There we go. Tuck that in there. There we go. And again, this one is just kind of, it's kind of floating, but it's kind of more in the background. So that one wasn't as hard to tuck in. All right, so let's see what we have now. Oh, let me just show you too. You also get, in the same bundle, you get this die, which can be used for anything, right? But it also, just so you know, it does go around here, so you can make this shape a framed shape. And I had a card, but I didn't bring it up. I will post it somewhere on one of my sites so you can see it. All right, so I have, that would be kind of fun to do candy corn. A reference to candy corn. So I have these strips of paper, and let's see, they are 1 inch, 1 inch by 3 3/4. This is an old pattern paper. I ran out of pumpkin pie, so I searched and searched, and I found something. So you can have them go exactly straight across if you liked, but I kind of like them on the skew here. So you can kind of play with them, see where this is going to end up, if you want to see some out, some not. So I think I'm going to glue mine around like kind of like that. Maybe not quite so though. You can kind of fuss with it. And I had to look up, I always think candy corn have orange on the bottom, but it is the yellow on the bottom. But you can do whatever you want. All right, so then I'm going to, I happen to have black dimensionals, so I'm going to use them. I'm going to put those in the corner, but white ones would be fine. If you don't have dimensionals, you know, just glue it straight down, but I do like how it's popped up a little bit. If you want, well, you could even put one on the castle, but because I could put one right there. Okay, give it a little support. And it goes right there. I just love this. So then I had this, you have 5 different bat dies, 3 of the tiny ones, and then kind of, I think think I had one more. And so I used, last year for Halloween, they had, oh, that one's just black. They had this black glitter paper, so I had some left over, so I decided to use that. But before I put the bats down, I'm gonna stamp on my little tag here. So there's several words to choose from. I'm just gonna use, which one? I think I used trick or treat. Where is my sample? Yeah, I used the trick or treat one on the outside. All right. Let's hope I get this straight because I only brought one of these up here. Phew, okay, that's good enough. So that is gonna go, I'm gonna let that dry. That's gonna go right there. So while that's drying, let's actually stamp the inside. So I have Halloween Happiness. Oh, it's a little crooked too, but that's all right. And I cut a little strip just so it's not just black and white on the inside. And I had a little of this paper left over. So it's just a 1/2 inch strip. So that we'll put on the inside. I'm gonna put a bat in there too. It just breaks up the black and white of it. All right, so these bats are tiny. So I found, you put a tiny dab of glue on your paper, and then you can put the wing, just glue the wing down. Because to hold this and put glue on this and then get it down there, which is what I was just about to do, is not the easiest thing. I think that works a little better. Cute. All right, so now we'll finish up. That should be dry. I'm gonna just put glue on the top corner. There you go. You can see a little bit of the fence there. That's straight. I think so. And then these bats can go anywhere. So kind of like how these ones are a little bit bigger, so you can put glue on them. You can really kind of have fun with these. Oops, that's too much glue. Where's my too much glue? You just put some down there. And then the trick is, where does this one go? Maybe I'll have it go right there. I think all the ones that I did are all a little bit different. There we go. I even had one of them, I had a little bat down there. Okay, so there you go. So they're slightly different depending on the bat placement and also the placement of the tree. So let me know which one you like better. I kind of like both. Made this style first, but then when I did it, I don't know, I like them both. So let me know. If you need help with ordering anything, if you want to make this exact project, let me know and I can tell you what the supplies were. But basically, they were made from this stamp set and then the coordinating dies that go with it. What is it called? Whoop. It's called Scary Silhouette dies. And this is actually another great die that you can use with lots of projects. Alrighty, I really appreciate you watching. If you do not receive my weekly emails that go out every Tuesday, I encourage you to sign up. So go visit my blog at mailsomethingpretty.com and you can sign up right there and get a free tutorial when you sign up, as well as all my weekly information. Thank you. I am Christine Josti of Mail Something Pretty. Have a wonderful day.